So let's see. Now we're live on YouTube. Before we start with the questions, I will explain a few things about Talk and Talk. As you know, we are a conversation platform where you can come here and talk in a lot of languages. Today we're speaking in English about optimist nihilism. So let's start with the first question. How do you interpret the idea that life has not, this one is difficult, okay? So how do we interpret the idea that life has no inherent meaning, but can still be enjoyed and appreciated? So like, optimist nihilism is about that, right? Life has no meaning, but we can appreciate and enjoy it. So how do you interpret this idea? Let's start with you, Paulo, since you know a little bit about it. Let's see. How do you interpret this idea?
Uh, well, I'm not believe in any God, so nihilism is some I don't know how to say, but it's something like can I grab to understand myself and uh understand the philosophy of what I want to do, what I need to do. And for me, the life is something, well, I don't know uh the what will happen the next day. I will know what will happen when I die. Uh so I will live and be good to the ones who I love, who I want to stay, who I want the good things to do to the person, and try to be a better person, to have fun when I can have fun, because life it's mostly sad in time, uh, but it's that I take the nihilism to something like, well, if I don't know nothing, I will try to live the best way I can, doing the better things I can. Is that?
Perfect. Nice. Okay. And you, Márcio, how do you interpret this idea that life has no meaning but can be enjoyed, appreciated? What do you think about it?
Uh, I believe that the meaning of the life is different for the different people. I heard something this week about that the for some people that's not important has a very expensive car, a very expensive house, the extravagant travel, for example. For some people, if they have a work, health, and a good school for your sons, is a word, the perfect word. But I believe that for the other people is not on this. But I don't know if I can say this only.
Mhm. Yeah,
Maybe
because it
it's
depends,
all.
right?
Yeah,
That's true. I see life like this. Like, I don't want to be rich in my life. I want to be happy and I want to have the basic that I need to live. Like, if I can feed my cat, feed me, and pay my rent, that's enough to me. So, like, and do the things that I like, which mostly is eat. So, for me, it's not a problem, like, to not be rich. Most of the people, they want to have expensive
yeah.
cars, right? It really depends on what you want for your life. Depends on the person. That's true. And you, Jose, how do you interpret this idea that life has no meaning but can be enjoyed, appreciated? How do you think? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of new generation about talking about nihilism, existential nihilism. The means, of course, theory that life has no objective means and purpose. But I think the new generation just their beliefs about exactly that. Try to figure out about to overcome the objective of life, because as you said, living a life happy, I think it's good for your life, and I don't know, just to overcome things.
Mhm. That's true. I guess that should be the focus of everyone, right? Like, have a good life. You don't need to be rich for that. So just like myself, some people think only about that. And I don't think life has no meaning, just like some people think. I think life has a meaning, but it's different for everyone. My life has a meaning, yours has another, Paulo's life has another, Marcia's life has another meaning. For each person has one meaning. That's what I think about it. And I like
Yeah.
to
Do you have idea about how could be the life without meaning and purpose?
yeah. Because if you think about it, I guess people would have nothing to lose, so they could do
Yeah.
anything they want. And it's not like that, right? Life is, we live in a society, right? So
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want because life has no meaning or something like
Yeah.
that. So let's go to question number 2. Can you find joy and fulfillment in the small moments and experiences of life, even if they are ultimately inconsequential? Like if you can find joy and fulfillment, like happiness, in small things of life, or only like in huge events. This is important to think about because it's also related to the meaning of your life. Because if you're only happy when you have big moments, so you're not happy, right? So do you find joy and fulfillment in small moments or only like in big events? Let's see. I summarized this question. Let's start with you, Mas. Can you find joy and fulfillment in the small moments of life?
I how say the inconsequent uh, I it's not for me. I think that for the teenagers, because this thinking is immortal, I think. But
I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
some teenagers think that are immortal.
Mhm. That's true.
Uh,
That's true.
but I believe in the small, how I say aqui, small in
Small
moment,
moments and
small moment.
experiences.
Yeah, because here in my house, I have a tree, a little tree of the tangerine that me and my uncle uh, plantar here. I
We
don't know
plant. We
the
plant.
plant here in my house and grow up 11 tangerines. Yeah, is a part in the family. Every, I a tangerine for my uncle for cousin, but it's a small moment. But I believe in small moment.
Perfect. But if I planted a tree and it worked, it grew something, I would be so happy. So I know the feeling. Perfect. That's it. And we need to find joy in those small moments, right? Because that's life. It's not every day that we have a huge thing to be happy about. So small moments need to count too, I think. And you, Jose, what do you think? Can you find joy and fulfillment in small moments?
Yes, of course. Instead of the small thing, our achievements, in your life, maybe bring a lot of experience. As Marcia said, just plant a lot of fruits and just make he's happy, because the point is try to plant, and after that the results, it's result and become more I don't know, more happy or something like that. But small things, um, of course, sometimes become a big things.
That's true.
Yeah.
And for some people can be small, but for others can be like so important, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, instead of to talk English, if you are so shy person, and you just try to in 5 minutes say hello, introduce yourself, something like that. This is a small thing for others, but you just have a point. Just say maybe in 5 minutes, surround people.
That's true. For you, it's a big achievement, right? For
Yeah.
others, just that's true. Perfect. And you, Paulo, can you find joy and fulfillment in small moments?
Yeah. I think it's a uh I don't know how to say, but it's daily exercise when you try to figure out what uh what are the moments that make you happy. Like don't need to be buy something you want or have a promotion of making a trip. It's it could be drink a glass of water when it's hot, or eat something really good, spend time with one person that you love, uh, have your pet wanting you to do love, to show love to it, like a dog jumping, wanting you to grab them. Uh, there's a lot of moments that not depends uh, on nothing to happen, and could be all that you need in that day. Like uh, you having a bad day at work, then you come to your house and your pet receives you in the at the door. It's a incredible moment, and it can really improve your mood of, of the day.
That's true. That's true. And I have this personal experience because every time I have like every day when I arrive at home, my cat is at the door waiting for me. I don't have a dog, but I have a cat. And then I really like when he's waiting for me because I feel that he likes me. He doesn't hate me. So I feel nice, and then I really like it. So and it's a part of it's a nice time. I feel happiness when I feel that. So when I guess we need to find happiness in those small moments, because if we don't find it, then I guess when we have big moments, it's just like we are totally happy at that moment, and then after it you're not anymore. So we need to have small dosages of happiness, I think. So let's go to question number 3. Does embracing the concept of optimist nihilism bring a sense of liberation or existential relief? Why not? So I know it seems hard, this question, but let me explain. Like it is this concept of optimist nihilism that we watched on the video. Does it bring a sense of liberation, existential relief? If you think that's it, like if you can do whatever you want, so you're free, or not? It's not bring this idea. Let's see your opinion. What do you think, Jose?
Yeah, as you said, optimism, nihilism, it's a strong, for me, my point of view, of course, is a strong word because, at the moment, the world that we are living, I think each other needed to be respectful, and if you're free and, do everything that you want, okay, but in your place around with you, I don't know if a good idea, for example, if you just facing some issues about another person, or I don't know, just do everything that you want, but try uh, to do everything yourself, not like to, for example, okay, I want to, I don't know, just an example, for example, um, if you want to do something that involved a group of people, I don't know if it's possible because you need to be respectful and of course to say everything or to want to say I don't know, something in a social media, but you need to be respectful because there are a lot of people that don't agree with your opinion, you know. But as you said, the theoretic nihilism is great because you can feel free and do everything you want, just to improve yourself, to overcome, to say, for example, okay, nowadays I'm a little bit bad and some depression I'm facing. Okay, let's try to to follow this hierarchy. And when you are free and be happy, I think a lot of things getting better, you know.
Mhm. That's
But
true.
yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to explain a little bit about that, you know.
No, I know it's a hard topic, but I guess like it's hard. Just like you said, I guess it's hard for us to say the same thing for everyone because
Yeah,
just like you said, a person they can. It's nice for them to do whatever they want, but I
yeah,
don't know if they want to kill someone else. It's not
yeah.
nice for them to do whatever they want, right? So I guess you can do whatever you want, but it depends on what you want,
Yeah,
right?
another thing, if, for
That's it.
example, if the guy just put in the mind, okay, I need to go to the cinema, but to yell a lot of things inside the cinema, you know, and you say, okay, it's not possible because you need to be respectful each other. Another person just like to watch it so quietly or something like that, you know.
Mhm. That's true. That's totally true. You need to respect the others, right? Our rights end when others begin. So, right.
Yes. Or for example, oh, I'm free to teaching the kids about to be polite or to do something, but the parents have another culture, you know, and maybe you need to be respectful.
That's true. That's true. Totally agree with you. And you, Marty, what do you think? Does this concept bring a sense of liberation, relief, or not?
Pretty sorry about the fun.
Ah, don't worry.
But if I understand, I think it's very difficult. You can live with a lot of the people that they are negative point. I avoid these people. I believe that you need to be an optimistic people, but I believe too that you to be a optimistic people person is different that you accept all things. You don't need to accept all things. It's
Mhm.
okay to be optimistic, but for me, it's not okay if you accept all things. For example.
That's true. Yeah, just like we were saying, right? It depends on what you want to do. You can't do everything because we live in a society, right? We can't just do whatever we want and that's it. No, we need to see what's good for other people too. If what we want to do is the best option for everyone, right? There's a lot of things to think about and not only do what you want and that's it.
Yeah.
Perfect. And in your opinion, Paulo, does this idea, this concept brings an idea of liberation, relief or not?
Uh, yeah, it brings, but like uh like uh other people say, uh we live in a society. So yeah, you have freedom to do what you want, but if you yell to another person or if you punch someone, you will have consequences. And the freedom don't the freedom, it's not asshole free pass. You cannot uh, uh, just run out your house doors and start to make bad things because it have consequences, and you will need to uh to go in to have them all the impacts that the things you do have. But yes, the concept has this freedom, uh this, oh, I can do what I want, but
Mhm.
you need to to control yourself. You still live in a society.
Mhm. That's true. It's like you can do whatever you want, but depends on what you want, right? And what do you
Yeah.
want to do? Like if you what do you want affects other people? There are a lot of things to think about, right? So just like Jose was saying, we can't like generalize for everyone. Like it really depends on each person's wills, né? O que a pessoa quer. And so that's it.
You can punch someone, but it will have consequences.
That's true. That's true. Perfect. So let's go to question number 4. How do you reconcile the recognition of life's meaningless with the pursuit of personal goals and aspirations? So, like, if life has no meaning, why do we have goals? If you think life has no meaning, why do you think, if a person thinks that life has no meaning, why do you think this person have goals or has goals or like has aspirations, things that they want to do? Basically, the question is asking that. Some people think life has no meaning, right? So, uh, why do they have goals? So let's see your opinion. Why do you think it happens? Marcio, why do you think it happens?
If you understand this question, I believe that you need if you look for how I say aqui a meaninglessness of the life, you need a target now. If you decide to be happy, what you need to do for to be happy? You need a target for
Let's-
the can be happy, for example, in this. I think that's it.
Mhm. You need to do something, right? So,
Yeah,
like, that makes sense. So, if you need to do something, you create a goal so you can achieve, right? If you want to be happy, you need to do things to be happy, right?
right.
Perfect. And in your opinion, Paulo, why do you think it happens? People that think life is meaningless, why do they have goals?
Uh, the the life has no meaning. There's nothing to you grab and oh, it's that for it's the reason for I am bring to this world and now I have to do this. It allow you to make your meaning, make your reason to do uh, your goals, your aspirations, your all the things with this aspect of uh, well, I wake up today and I will go to do things. You will make these aspects. Uh, it's a hard way to think. I I think it's not a philosophy for the general people because it's have some weight of uh, I make my own decisions and what I will do. It's based on this. So the reason for you wake up all the days, it it's your responsibility. It's and you will have consequences and benefits from this.
That's true. It's up to you what you're going to do,
Yeah.
right? So you decide what will be né? The consequence of your actions, your goals, your aspirations, what do you want to be, what you want to do. It's true. And in your opinion, Jose, why does this type of people who thinks life is meaningless, why do they have goals, aspirations? Why do you think it happens?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I can't imagine the people can't purpose it to life. You know, the meaning, especially as you said, meaningless. And I think everyone around the world, instead of to don't have a purpose or means to or to believe in a life, when just overcome or to or achieve something, especially their goals, I think feel about that it was a great, a rude consentment, you know.
Mhm,
And but as Paulo said, it's up to you, you know.
mhm. That's true. You decide what you're going to do with your life, right? So
Yeah,
People have nothing to do with it. So is it?
Yeah, of course. For example, every day you have a purpose. For example, to keep you awake, and after that sleep and awake again. I think this is the cycle from life, do you know? And after that, you is up to you if you decide if you just try to do something, or I don't know. We have a lot of ways to follow, do you know?
That's true. That's totally true. I agree with you entirely. That's true.
Yeah.
So let's go to question number 5. Does adopting an optimistic nihilistic mindset help you cope with setbacks and disappointments? If so, how? Like this idea of optimistic nihilism, does it help for you to overcome disappointments, things that are bad of our life? Because, just like we said, if life has no meaning, something is said, I can do other thing, has no meaning, I don't mind, do nothing. So, do you think it helps you cope, helps you deal with disappointments? What do you think, Paulo? Let's start with you.
Yes, because this approach, the nihilist approach of disappoint and things going wrong, it's like well, that's nothing how can I say, there's nothing that I can do to this going different. If this gone wrong, it's gone wrong. It's if this it's not what I expect, the fault of this problem, it's mine. I expect something. So the problem is not in my disappointment. It's in my expectation of something. So it's this the in a greater time span, this doesn't matters. So deal with it and going with your life.
That's true. A lot of people think like that. Like, something bad happened. Okay, it's part of life. Let's move on. Doesn't matter. That's it. And some people think it's the best way to deal, right? So, like, I like the way people, this type of people see death, for example, because like it's a part of life. It's inevitable, right? People are going to die. So it's sad when it's like an accident or something that no one was expecting. But when someone is old and like is going to die, and the person dies, people say, it's a part of life. They left. And then I think I can't see life like this, but I think it's interesting who can, because it's a part of life. Yes, it is. And they move on easier. And then I think it's interesting to see that, in my opinion.
You have the rights to be sad, to be mad, but in some point you need to go these emotions, stay in the past and going with your life, because there is nothing that you can do.
Yeah, that's true. You need to deal with it in a way, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's true. And in your opinion, Jose, does adopting this mindset help you cope with setbacks, disappointments, and how?
I think no, because nowadays, it's not fair with to compete with the people who have a lot of money. They can do everything about that, less prevent the die. But if you just follow the theory, I think you need to understand and to get it deep in the topic and what is the meanings about, for example, nihilism. And but nowadays I think it's hard to to understand about why people they are have a lot of money, have a lot of opportunity, and as myself is not be competitive with the other, you know. First of all, I needed to struggling to deal about this problem, but I don't know. But I think it's I don't know if it's possible.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess you need to be really rational to think like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And leave the emotion like another side, because if you think something bad happened to someone you love, and then you need
Yeah.
to say, yeah, doesn't matter, but it's hard, right? So like Paulo said, we have the right to feel those emotions, but to move on sometimes is difficult, right?
Yeah, that's the point of the life that I try to see is to get a comfortable and to give a comfort for my family, and you know, and don't facing issues about food or something like that. You know, that is enough. Not like to buy a fancy car, a road house. You know, I think common things are the best to live. You know.
Perfect. Yeah, the way you want to live your life, right? It's up to
Yeah.
you, your goals, your achievements, that's it. And what do you think, Márcio? Does adopting this mindset help you cope with disappointments?
I read, I don't know, a long time ago about the a problem without the solution is not a problem.
That's
And,
true.
yeah, and it is a summary of a movie I watched yesterday.
What was the movie?
It, I would say the name of the movie to be a spoiler, but it's a summary of the
No,
movie.
no, tell me no, you need to tell me the name. Where you tell the sentence and not
Okay,
the name.
Flash,
Flash.
Flash,
Ah, the new movie of
the
Flash,
new
right?
movie. Yeah,
Ah,
the summary of the movie.
okay. I wouldn't watch Flash, but I didn't want to, but I won't watch. But either way, I thank you for telling the story, because I don't like DC, but I like these, but I like these summarizing of the movies. Okay, it's not a it has no solution, so it's not a problem. Makes sense, right? When I was a kid, my mom told me something similar, that she used to tell, like, I don't know how to say that in English, but it would be like something like this, like, if a problem has no solution, the solution is already there. Ela falava, se o problema não tem solução, resolvido está. Então, it's just like that. Se não tem solução, não é um problema, né?
Flash's mom said for him. This
Yeah, so it's a mom thing. It's a mom thing. They are always right in the end, right? Moms, they're always right. But that's true. If there's no solution, it's solved, right? So what can we do about it? We just need to move on. That's it, right? Perfect, guys. So let's go to question number 6. Can optimistic nihilism lead to a greater sense of personal responsibility for creating meaning and purpose in your own life? So, like, when you adopt this mindset, do you have a greater sense of personal responsibility, like what you can do and what you can't, and create meaning and purpose in your own life? Because if life has no meaning, you create your own meaning. There's also this interpretation of it, right? So, do you think it can or it can't? Let's see. Let's start with Jose. What do you think?
Yeah, I think big responsibilities can be created a road significated, you know, for our life. Instead of if you don't achieve, because you get a lot of experience and you become more, you know, concentrate to do everything. And of course, you can teaching a new generation about something. I think when you lead to optimistic nihilism, and as I said, just bring a lot of experience to you.
That's true. And you need to know what you can and can't do, right? So you have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Perfect.
yeah, and as I said, you can teaching the new generation about that. I don't know. I think it's possible.
Yeah. But the new generation, they are weird. But I won't
Yeah.
start talking about children because, as you guys know, Marcio knows better. When I start talking about children, I continue forever because I study them, so I like to talk about them. But they are weird because, like, they have no responsibility about nothing. It's never their fault. It's also
Yeah.
someone else's. Nowadays, mostly the cell phone fault when something goes wrong. So it's never their fault. So they need to learn a feel of this to understand that maybe something's their fault. And doesn't mean it's wrong, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
get something their fault, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. So that's it. And what do you think, Márcio? Can optimistic nihilism lead to a greater sense of personal responsibility?
Yes, because if you understand, I believe that the optimism is a good way. If it's a good way, it's good for you, it's good for others.
Mhm.
Why don't accept this with a responsibility of your lifestyle, for example?
Mhm. And you choose, right? You
Yeah.
choose what you want to do. Perfect. And what do you think, Paulo? Can it create a greater sense of responsibility or not?
Yeah, there's a famous phrase of Nietzsche. Uh, I don't remember uh the right words, but it's like if you stare to the abyss will stare to you. So it's your responsibility. It's in your hands. You will take the the meaningless of the life, the problems that you have, and do something good, or you will face that demons to turn yourself in a demon. Like you uh you have been a bully on the school. You will do a massacre, I don't know how to say, but you will hurt the people, or you will be a person who fight against this, like understand the problem and help the people who suffer it. Uh, always you are always can choose what you do with one problem. Don't allow the problem turn you into another problem. Solve it and help the person who has the same problem.
That's true. That's totally true. I totally agree with you. I think like, and nowadays we want revenge, right? Not all nowadays, but like since forever, people want revenge. So if something bad happened to them, they want to repeat the same bad thing to other people. And they shouldn't do that because it is up to them to choose. You're going to turn yourself into a bad person or a good person. So you can grab this pain that you suffered and turn it into a good thing, right? So you just like you said, you can fight against in that example. Now you can fight against bullying, or you can see what other people are suffering just like you, and then help them. There are other solutions for the problems, right? And
Yeah.
not only the worst solution that we need to choose.
There's another phrase that the people say, if you kill a murderer, there's the same number of murder in the
Mm,
world. It
That's
doesn't
true.
change.
That's true. I totally agree with you. That's true. And with that sentence, I'm